All right, Lane, good to catch up with you as we talk women's soccer here post spring action. It's been a couple of weeks since we said hello to you. So, how are things going? What are you up to?
It's been a great spring. The girls worked really hard. We had some great competition academically. They excelled in the classroom. And now, really, we're just kind of motivating them to work hard through the summer. We're doing a little bit of recruiting and gearing up for the fall.
It's always an important time in the off season, especially this time where they might go home for a little bit and they come on campus for a couple of practices. What are the marching orders when you're away from them due to NCAA rules and regulations, and what are they doing right now to prepare them when the preseason camp starts up?
Well, we can't, by NCAA rules, really mandate or have them check in and tell us what they're doing. But a lot of this happens before they leave. We try to work with each individual. Some are going to be playing with semi-pro teams. Some are going to go back to their club teams. Some will be on campus for good portions of the season. And so during that summertime, we just try to help organize what their individual environment's going to look like and try to guide them how to prepare themselves the best way they can for preseason.
I know, Lane, you had an idea of what you wanted to accomplish in the spring once the fall season was over. What were some of those things, and implementing that into the workouts you had in the spring, how'd that go?
I thought the girls had a great spring. We really started with our culture, and we kind of broke that down a little bit and looked at how we wanted to really define ourselves moving forward and the type of program that we wanted to be on and off the field. I think that the players really bought into it. They excelled in the weight room. They excelled in the classroom. We really worked on kind of changing their style of play this spring, and I think that they really made a lot of growth towards that.
You mentioned the change in style of play. For those watching, what are some of those nuances they'll see? Some they may notice off the bat, and some they may not.
Well, for instance, we just want to be a team that's going to possess the ball a little bit more from back to front. We played 7 games in the spring. We didn't punt the ball one time. We worked it out of the back from the goalkeeper's hands almost every time. And just the formation that we're playing, how we want to play in that formation, utilizing some of the strengths of the players, and really highlighting some of those, as I said, those strengths are going to help us in the competition.
We've got a sneak peek at the schedule here, and the big news coming out of the school is the ASUN and the move to that conference. We think it's going to be a great move for everybody. Your thoughts on that now that we have you on camera to kind of talk about that and the move and the shifting of the schedule from what it might have been a couple of weeks ago?
Certainly, it's exciting news for all of us to move into this conference. It's a very competitive conference. We know it a little bit. We played Florida Gulf Coast last fall, who was one of the best teams in the ASUN and a formidable opponent. And we know that no game is going to be easy, and especially when you've got to travel to some of these places. That's going to add a little bit of a factor as well. But we're excited about it. We've got a good mix, 4 away games, 4 home games, and so we're really looking forward to it. I think our non-conference schedule is exceptional this year, and we can talk more about that.
Yeah, you talk about the non-conference schedule. A good mix of Colonial and ACC. The SEC, LSU's coming here to Lynchburg, and LSU early on in the schedule. So putting together a schedule, what do you enjoy about the science of doing that?
Well, it's a lot about just trying to find the right fit, and for us, we really want to challenge ourselves. We want to be able to play teams that are going to stretch us, and we're worried a little bit less about the wins and losses. Of course, we want to win, but we want to play the best competition possible. So we've got Virginia Tech on the schedule. LSU, UVA, Clemson, William and Mary, JMU, George Washington. We've got some of the best non-conference teams that we could find in this region, and every game's going to be tough.
All right, Lane, gets us excited for the fall. Can't wait for it to get here. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, thank you.